Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome back to Peter Drinks Coffee. I'm Peter, and I'm drinking coffee. And back for a return is Cafe Bustelo Supreme, their espresso roast. And yes, it is again a ground roast, because as I've said on previous videos and posts, I can't find it whole bean around here. Need to do a little more digging, see if I can have them ship something online. But for the moment, same drill as last time, except this time I brewed it using the fellow Prismo attachment to my Aeropress Premium. So let's see what happens. Just as good. Definitely tastes like a really strong cup. So I used about 25, I can't remember now. It's early. First sip hasn't really kicked in yet. 25 or 30 grams of coffee and just under 200 milliliters of water. So a little stronger than normal. I did water it down just a little bit afterwards. You can't quite see. Well, maybe you can. You can pretty into the mug. It's about halfway full. This is about a 12-ounce cup, so it's around 8 ounces. 200 milliliters plus around maybe two ounces more water. So it's strong. Don't get me wrong. Not espresso strong, but it's strong. What tastes a little different this time using the Prismo attachment is it tastes ever so slightly more bitter. And for me, that's not a bad thing, right? I like bitter coffee. So definitely changes things up. And it also, because I have read some research that apparently, I always forget, if I remember correctly, a study showed that coffee that is brewed through a paper filter does not contribute to increased cholesterol levels. I think that's how I remember it. Somewhere I remember hearing someone saying that coffee can be good for your cholesterol levels. I don't think that's accurate. If I recall correctly, if it's not brewed through paper, it is not bad for cholesterol. Sorry, it is bad for cholesterol. If you brew it through a paper filter, your cholesterol levels are not affected. If you don't use a paper filter, your cholesterol levels go up from coffee. So I don't generally dwell on that too much, but hereditarily speaking, I should keep my eye on cholesterol. So I always put it through a paper filter. Long-winded way of saying I attached the fellow Prismo attachment, but first I put a paper Aeropress filter on that, and then I affix it to the Aeropress when brewing. So that can also affect the flavor and stuff. Now, that said, despite the bitterness, it's still a very smooth, nice, strong cup of coffee. But as always, I'm going to add, well, not always, but I will add just a splash of heavy cream to it. Let's see how that goes. Well, splash. By splash, I mean a teaspoon. It's actually a tablespoon. But just to show how strong this is and how little I put in, I'll show again. You can see it didn't get that light and creamy, right? We're not talking like Dunkin' Donuts white, regular coffee here. So, oh, way more pleasant. The heavy cream, it's fat, it's smooth and silky, makes just for such a nice, smooth, oily, silky mouthfeel. Yeah. So, hey, I know everyone, coffee purists, we turn our noses up at ground coffee, but you can do a lot worse, right? This isn't like bargain basement whatever brand coffee stuff. Now that said, it's, as I covered on previous apparently it's part of Smucker's now, right? So it is mass produced giant stuff. But hey, given all that, it's still a good cup of coffee. So Bustelo Supreme, cheers, thumbs up.